you all because I want you to understand there's a special brotherhood here with us all. We could talk for 14 hours straight and tell you war stories, but I want you to know that there's a family here, and this family has grown over the last 30 years or so. All right, well, I'd like to start off by asking Chuck, what's the okay, I was saying that you were my film idol growing up. What were your film idols growing up? When you first started discovering movies, who did you look up to on the big screen?
My heroes was John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart. These were my heroes. Growing up basically without a father image, John Wayne became the heroic image that I visioned for a father, and so I he became kind of a surrogate father to me growing up.
And now I'm going by these facts that I found on the internet, and a lot of the facts you can't trust them. So I just first make sure that I've got the right source. I understand that you first started learning martial arts when you were serving in the Air Force in Korea. What inspired you to start learning martial arts, and what was the first discipline you started in?
Well, I joined the Air Force in 1958, right out of high school. And I was sent to Korea. And, back in 1958, no one knew anything about martial arts. And judo, we had heard of judo, but when I got to Osan Air Base, I thought, maybe I'm going to start training and take judo up. So I started studying judo, and in my second week into training, I broke my shoulder. So now I've got my arm in a sling and can't train, and so I took a walk out into the village of Osan, Korea. And as I'm walking through the village, I look up onto a knoll, and I see these heads popping up. And I go, golly, what's going on out there? So I walk up the knoll, and I see these Koreans leaping up in the air and doing these spectacular kicks. And I thought, holy mackerel, I can't believe the human body can do something like that. And I wanted to ask them what it was, but they looked pretty mean. So I thought, maybe I better not go down there. So I went back to the base and asked my judo instructor what it was. And at that time, it was called Tong Soo-do. Now it's called Taekwondo. So I think there's some Tong Soo-do people in here. But anyway, I started training in that. I said, I told my judo instructor I'd like to train in that with my one good arm, and then once my arm heals, I'd like to get back to my judo. So I did, and I trained 6 days a week in Tong Soo-do, and then on Sundays I would train in judo. So when I left Korea, I had my first degree black belt in Tong Soo-do and my brown belt in judo.